Your support makes this show possible. Please support the Playhouse and keep our doors open.
Greetings, folks. I'm Kitty Castle, owner of the Kit Kat Castle Saloon.
And I'm Calamity Galper, your game master for today's escape room. Welcome to the Wild West Haunted House Escape Room, where you'll find challenges and hurdles, keys and clues, ghosts and goblins, and a pesky apparition or two.
Y'all are going to have a great time today as long as you play by the rules and use your noggins to best advantage.
You'll have the chance to explore. You'll find maps and solve puzzles.
You'll unlock hidden doors and secret rooms leading to terrifying traps and tremendous treasures.
And you'll try your darndest to escape the ghost of Blackjack Jack, villain and card shark extraordinaire, who hid out from the law back in 1838 and who still roams the tunnels of the old mine, calling out 21 skidoo.
Let's hope you make it past the old buzzard before your time runs out.
How about we get to know each other a tad? Introduce yourself so we know who you are and how your talent as an escape artist can save the day.
I'm Tanner the Kid, notorious outlaw. I'm here to keep everyone on their toes.
I'm the sheriff. I'm here to keep everyone on track and to protect you from the likes of Tanner the Kid, notorious outlaw. It's no funny business, Mr. Outlaw, or you'll have to deal with me.
I'm the shopkeeper. You'll need me for supplies, for maps, for instructions, for everything that will get you through to the other side.
I own the post office. That's where I work by day. And by night, I have a secret persona. You'll find out what it is when the time is right.
I'm Bella Saloon Keeper. I keep a clean saloon. No hanky-panky in my place, I promise you that.
Nice to meet y'all. We'll soon see if your talents lead to a round of happy trails to you, or if we'll be visiting you up on Boot Hill.
Since our rooms are filled with shadows and cobwebs and things that go bump in the night, let's hear your deepest, darkest fears of what may be waiting for you in the deepest, darkest recesses of today's adventure, so we'll know how to scare you in the best way possible.
I'm an old hand at escape rooms. I've done them all. Outer space, 50s, murder mystery, but this is my first time at a Western haunted house. And to be honest, I'm just a bit terrified. I played that game, Buried Zombies, Wild Wild West, and it scared the heck out of me. I know all about zombies, or maybe Chimera. I read about them in Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. A bloodthirsty, people-eating Greek monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a dragon's tail. How can you vanquish something like that?
Cold, darkness, shadows, icy fingers crawling up in my spine. That scenario would creep me out more than a bloody axe for a slime snake. In the gloom, with just one shaft of moonlight shining like a knife through a broken pane of glass, that smoke flutter, sparkling like fireflies, and then a noise. Is it the floorboard creaking, the house settling, or something far, far worse? I don't know where I'm looking. What's that brushing against my leg? Is it a cat? A chimera? My friend? I'm completely weirded out, and we haven't even started.
A cat. That might seem strange to you. How can anyone be terrified of a sweet, cuddly pussycat? But that could just be a disguise. It could be a witch's familiar or a shapeshifter. Or it could have powers of closing doors and trapping me inside. Or it could even be the ghost of a cat. That would be so scary because you couldn't see what it was doing. It would be a real catastrophe.
Let me tell you, gals and cowpokes, if there's one single spider, I'm out of there. They have way too many legs. Hairy legs. They can kill you if they're poisonous. And they will give me a heart attack if they crawl on my hand or my face. I can picture it now. A horrendous, creepy spider crawling towards me through a puddle of blood. Maybe more than a puddle. A bucket of blood. A trough of blood. A bathtub of blood. A lake of blood. You know something? I don't think I want to play this game.
I can see how everyone could be freaked out by a zombie, a chimera, a spider, a puddle of blood. But for me, those are way too common. My fear is the thing I've yet to see. The anticipation of the horrors that are yet to come would keep me terrified throughout. But that's what you're going for, right?
We haven't even started, and I'm scared already.
All right, everyone, it's time for the Wild West Haunted Escape Room experience to begin. Bill, please lead your gang to the Kit Kat Castle Saloon.
Off you go.
I know I'm supposed to be the saloon keep, but they didn't tell me any other details. So, okay, what now?
What would a shopkeeper do in a saloon? Why haven't they given us any instructions?
That's the whole point of an escape room.
What, confusion?
No, that you have to figure it out for yourself.
And what happens if you don't?
You get stuck here forever.
Really?
Of course not. It's a game.
They give us a certain amount of time in each room, and we have to figure out a clue that helps us get to the next room.
Make it all the way to the end, you win.
And if you don't?
They let you out and you go home with an awful feeling of self-loathing and low self-esteem.
That's mean.
Well, I am Tanner the Kid, notorious outlaw. I'm supposed to be mean.
Well, I'm the sheriff, and I say stop being mean or I'll lock you up. Just try escaping from my jail. You'll be there till the cows come home.
Hang on your fiddle. I'll be nice for now, but let me remind you, there's no time to cool our heels. The clock is ticking. Let's get started.
You got it, partner. So here we are in the saloon. This is the starting place.
And look, just like they told us, there are the 5 keys.
What do they open?
Going up and find out.
Okie dokie, here goes. I picked that big old rust key.
What do you think it opened?
Land's sakes, I have no idea.
I'll take the scouting key.
I guess I'll take the one that looks like a jump drive. Although, why they have a jump drive in the Old West is beyond me.
I'll take the card key. Maybe this place is like Westworld or Disneyland, and they have a whole secret facility, and this key can take us there.
The long and short of it is, I don't have much choice, do I? So I'll take the one that looks like an actual regular old key.
What do they unlock?
I reckon you find out what your key unlocks when it's the right time. Like maybe we'll be locked in a bank vault, and that will be the key that lets us out.
Or it might be the key that opens up the vault where all the gold is kept.
We'll know what it's for when the time is right.
Look, the keys were sitting on top of the map.
That's the map they were telling us about.
It shows the places we'll visit. The saloon. That's where we are now.
The general store. And look, it's right across the street.
The post office. I wonder what we'll find there.
Bank. I bet that's where we'll find the vault with the gold.
Don't you go getting any ideas about robbing the bank?
Who? Me?
And the last one is the mine. Old, dusty, spooky, perfect.
So how do we start?
We have to get out of here, out of the saloon.
All the doors are open, and there aren't any vaults or trap doors. Maybe they're starting us off easy. Maybe we just walk out?
I doubt it, but you can try.
Now the fat's in the fire. I felt as though I were being held down, but there's no one there.
Then it must have been a ghost.
Very funny.
Why can't we get out?
Maybe for this room we have to solve a riddle. Does anyone know a saloon riddle?
Look, over there, on the wall. It looks like a menu, but it's actually a question. Maybe that's the riddle?
What does it say?
How does a cowboy leave a saloon with 2 legs but come back with 6? I know the answer. He came back with the horse.
What in tarnation? Instead of finding our way out, we've locked ourselves in.
No, look!
Keyhole. Whose key will fit?
My key will fit. It has a tag on it that it says, keep swinging. And that's a swinging door.
Main Street. This looks like a good place to stop in, Annie.
Yeah, there's your office right at the end.
Sure is. And the jail's there too.
Then I'll stay safely away from that end of the street.
What room should we go to next?
Maybe this is the room.
Not a room, it's a street.
Don't be so literal. Maybe there's room for some clues here, or some artifacts.
Sakes alive! Let's separate and search the street. Heck, it's only 1 block long.
If we find a clue or an artifact, we'll bring it with us and meet up in front of the general store. It's close by.
Only 2 hoops and a holler.
That's my store. If you find anything important there, you can have it for free. It might help us escape.
And if you get thirsty, you can always stop by my saloon. Free sarsaparilla for everyone.
Would you take a gander at that? A wanted poster, and the villain who's wanted is me. Hold your horses. The reward is only $500. I'm worth a lot more than that. Well, could be a clue or an artifact. I'd better take it, just in case.
This town is Ace Hat. It actually has wooden walkways in front of the stores. The last Old West town I visited just had a lot of mud. I can walk up and down the streets looking for clues, and I won't even get my hem dirty. Maybe there's a clue in the haberdashery or the sweet shop. Look, somebody dropped something on the ground. It's a shopping list. Potatoes, ice, cornmeal, twine, umbrella, rope, eggs, sugar. These are all things they can get in my general store. They must be the artifacts we'll need. I'll go there now so I can gather them all and be ready when the others arrive.
Kenneth Kidd, Torrance villain. This is flat out exciting. He must have been pretty smart to have invaded the lot for such a long time. I'll let him help us as long as he's useful, and then on go the handcuffs. And our friend Tim will find himself nicely ensconced in my jail, and I'll collect the reward. And if we can't find a way out with our smarts, I'll use the reward money to buy my way out, and the others can stay here forever. Why's my sheriff's badge lying on the ground? It's not mine. I got mine right here. So whose is it? Damn, it must be an artifact. Great.
Doesn't look like there are any customers around. It's going to be a slow day at the saloon. Got half a mind to stay here in the sun and rest. There will be plenty of clues and artifacts to find later on. Let the others spend all their energy now. And I'll save my energy to save the day in the 11th hour. What's that on the hitching post? Someone's carved out initials inside a heart. I wonder if that's a clue or just set dress. But there's a slight hitch, pun intended. I can't take the hitching post with me, and I can't take a picture of it because they didn't have cell phones in the Wild West. So we had to leave ours behind. I'm afeared I'll have to remember what it says.
They say I'm too literal, but that's what I'm good at, logical thinking. And in order to escape, we need all different kinds of thinkers. The others can let their imaginations run wild. I'll keep my head and figure out the logical solutions. I've been reading up on logical problems and riddles to prepare for this adventure. I can figure out anything you throw at me. The lending library. They must have a book that can give me some hints. Yes, there it is. It says riddle right on the cover. That must be what they want us to find. I'm taking it with me. As long as I have this riddle book, Everything will be right as rain.
Happy to see that everyone's on time. We have to make it with sunshine.
Looks like everyone found some. So I'll just take all the items and artifacts and carry them for y'all until they're needed.
Horse feathers. I'm the sheriff, so I'll take them.
We can bring them to the bank and store them in the vault until we need them.
In all my born days, I never saw such nonsense. I'm not giving anyone my artifact. How dare you try and take it from me?
Don't have a conniption. You can keep your artifact. The logical thinking, however, would be to store artifacts in a safe place, like a bank.
Let's just be thankful we all found something. Come on, we ain't got no time to cool our heels. The general store away.
Hang on a minute. We don't have all day. Let's split up so we can cover 2 rooms at the same time.
Don't get your dander up. I'm going into the general store. After all, it's my store.
I'm going with you. As for the rest of you, don't get yourselves into a peck of trouble.
And if you run out of supplies, you know where to find them.
So, what did you find?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I found a book of riddles, but it's a very big book. I can't figure out which riddle would be the right one.
Wait a dang minute. That's not a book of riddles.
Are you addle-headed? It's got the word riddle right on the cover.
That's the name of the author. Look, it says The Pony Express by John Riddle.
So then it's not a clue. It's useless.
Hang on. What was the main purpose of the Pony Express? To deliver the mail. And where in this town will we find the mail?
The post office.
That's where I'm headed. You never know what you might find.
In the dead letter department.
Maybe.
Looks like I'm going with you. Ain't gonna let you out of my sight for a New York minute.
Fine by me. I'll feel safer under the protection of the law.
I want the protection of the law too. I'm going with you to the post office.
Then let's make tracks.
Fine place you've got here.
It serves its purpose. Keeps a roof over my head and food on the table.
We should try to find a clue, or a door, or something.
There's a door at the back that we never opened. Couldn't find the lock and didn't want to break it down.
What does your key say?
Nothing helpful. It says the cellar is the key. This is my general store, so I'm the seller. I sell things, but we already knew that, so it's not a clue.
Wait a minute. Say it again.
What, the cellar is the key?
Yes! It's a play on words. It doesn't mean cellar as in someone who sells things. It means cellar. Your cellar, your basement. It's the key to that door you've never opened.
You're right, smart gal. Let's try it.
This is what I call a real step forward. Let's go! Ah!
Would you look at that?
What did I tell you? There are the clues, all laid out nice and pretty for us.
It was right smart of you to figure it all out. Is that what you want to hear?
Well, it's the truth, ain't it?
Sure, you're dyed-in-the-wool genius. So open it up and see what it says.
We've been bamboozled. If it's a clue, it ain't gonna do us any good. We can't read it.
I can read it. Un hombre tiene muchos afeitados al ras, pero siempre tiene barba. ¿Cómo es esto posible?
Translation?
A man has many close shaves, but always has a beard. How is this possible?
Simple. He's a barber.
How did you figure that out?
I was looking across the street at the barber shop.
But how does it help us?
Not so smart now, are you? Look, close shave. Doesn't have to mean with a razor. It can mean a narrow escape. This is an escape room experience. So the escape we're looking for is close, in a narrow hall or doorway. There!
My key is the key. It says a stamp in the right place will address the issue. Of course, a post office button. Stamp with my foot.
What did that do?
Loosen the floorboard so the door will open when I use the key.
What's in there?
The bathroom. Only kidding. It's dark and musty. You stay here while I go and check it out.
Not so fast, Buster. You're not leaving us behind. If we go, we all go together.
Then let's do it. Where are we?
Underneath the town, in the old mine.
Then I guess this is our next challenge.
I hope the ghost of Black Jack Jack doesn't know we're here.
Too late.
There's no one here. No bank manager or tellers or customers.
We're the only players, remember?
Right. So what do?
I'd like to put my artifact in the vault.
My artifact is in my head.
What?
I mean, I saw something, but it was too big to take with me. So I just memorized it.
At least it's safe.
But yours isn't. Where's the safest place in a bank?
The vault, of course.
Hey, the label on my key says, think you can vault out of here with the gold? Don't bank on it, but there isn't any gold.
But this is a bank, and there is a vault. Easy.
I wonder if it's too easy. We didn't have to think about it at all.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I'm not. I just don't want to get tricked. I'm sure the word gold means something too.
Don't worry about it. Put your key in the slot, we'll open the door and put my artifact in, rush out, close the door, and go on into the next room. Do it! Look at all this stuff, but where is the gold?
Who knows? Who cares? Stop dilly-dallying. Put down your artifact and let's skedaddle.
Fiddle faddle, I want to take a look around.
Don't be a nosy Parker. That's not why we're here. Store your artifact safely and let's vamoose. Now see what you've done.
At least we'll have time to look around.
I'm getting us out of here by hook or crook. There's a manufacturer's plate. The name of the company that made this vault is Gold, and Gold. And there's another USB port. I'm going to try my key again. Maybe it'll let us out.
I can't believe it. A whole other room.
This must be the last room.
It's beautiful.
But where are the others?
We all have to escape together, or it doesn't count.
Whatever happens, I'm not standing here another minute. These doors close of their own free will. I'm going to hightail it out of this vault and into that room. You can join me or stay here and get stuck forever.
I'm coming.
My key says what's yours is mine and what mine is mine. Think sharp. But we already know we're in a mine, so how does that help?
Maybe it's not just the label, maybe it's the key itself.
It's a card key, right? Blackjack is a card game, and Blackjack Jack is a card. Sharp.
I sure hope you're right.
Oh, answer me a riddle. One for each little kittle. Give the right answers to all three, or you will spend eternity down here playing cards with me. What's the game? 21 skidoo. Riddle number 1 is meant for you.
Watch out, Blackjack Jack. I'm the sheriff. I hold a high card.
Answer me this. What do ghost cowboys wear on their feet?
That's so easy. They wear boots.
Beginner's luck. I'm not afeard of anything you do. Riddle number 2 is meant for you.
You lily-livered scoundrel. Now that I see what villainy looks like, I'm gonna change my ways and become one of the good guys.
What's the safest room in a haunted house?
So simple. The safest room in a haunted house is the living room.
Greenhorn, you don't frighten me. You get riddle number 3.
You don't know who you're dealing with, Blackjack Jack. By day, I may be the owner of the post office, but by night, I am the secret escape room avenger. I help people in need and protect the innocent from outlaws like you. I will prevail.
What needs 2 to see, 1 to listen, 4 to have experience, and none to play blackjack?
You're not child who can answer that one. It's the letter E.
No more. This has never happened before.
It's only gonna get worse, Blackjack Jack. Now we are gonna ask you a riddle.
That's not how it works.
It is now. We've got the upper hand. From now on, anyone who comes down here gets to ask you a riddle. And if you can't hold them, you'll have to fold them.
Here's your riddle. What do you call it when an old West ghost come back to life?
I've always wanted to come back to life, but oh shucks, the answer ain't in the cards. I give up.
What do you call it when an old West ghost come back to life? Reincarnation.
No!
I didn't know you were the secret escape room avenger.
No one's supposed to know.
So can you help us escape?
Right not. An escape room is meant to help you learn how to work together and think outside the box. My help would only defeat the purpose.
Just asking.
We got rid of Blackjack Jack, but we're still stuck down here.
It's a warning sign, or maybe a clue.
Look over there. There's a gas lamp, a wood stove, and a fireplace. Only one match. Which should we light first?
A gas lamp would give you light.
The fireplace would give you warmth.
The stove would give you food.
But before you can light any of them, you have to light the match.
It's an invitation. It says, you are cordially invited to the haunted house after party, the last room on your journey. The festivities are about to begin. Open the door and meet the rest of the guests in the ballroom.
We used all our keys. How do we get in?
Listen, it's swing music.
The label on my key said, keep swinging. I think I can use this key again.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
It's a ballroom.
With a band.
I could stay here forever.
Not me. This haunted escape room experience has been fun and a bit terrifying. I'd like to solve this puzzle and get back to the real world.
But we're running out of time, and if we fail, we'll never get back to the real world.
It's just a game. If we fail, we just lose.
Do you really want to go around for the rest of your life knowing that you're a loser?
No, I thought this game was supposed to bring us closer together, not push us apart. So let's put all the artifacts together and see if they can help us figure a way out of here.
I already used mine.
I kept mine. It's a wanted poster. For Tanner the Kid, I'm worth $500. Since I've traded in my black hat and am now one of the good guys, this poster is obsolete. No use to us any longer.
I found a sheriff's badge, an old one with one of the points broken off. But I already have a new badge, so I don't know what to do with the old one.
I couldn't take my artifact with me, so I just remembered what it said. It was initials, carved in a heart. What's that got to do with anything?
I found a shopping list, but I left it in the vault, and now the vault is locked.
Wait! You didn't leave it in the vault, remember? You were so busy looking around, you never put it down. You still have it.
But it's just a list of things I have in my general store. I was gonna gather them up, but I got distracted when we fell into the cellar, so...
Hold the phone.
Phone? They didn't have phones in the Old West.
You may have noticed that this barn was Art Deco. That's the 1930s. And you may have also noticed we're speaking in 30s vernacular, not the language of the 1800s. I think I can safely say that we're not only in a different room, but also in a different time.
What's that got to do with the shopping list?
Maybe you're not meant to gather up the things on the list. The Enigma machine was invented in the 30s. Maybe the list is a code. Look at the first letter of each word. What do they spell?
E,
I,
C,
T,
U.
R,
E,
S.
pictures!
The pictures on the walls are the clue.
So maybe your sheriff's star and your wanted poster and my carved initials are still part of the game.
Let's look at the pictures more closely and see if they tell us anything. That's the sheriff. As a baby, I think she's riding a horse.
Looks more like a cactus.
So it's a metaphor. It means she already knew back then what she wanted to be, a sheriff, or maybe sheriff symbolizes a leader. The star with the broken corner means that nobody's perfect, but she has the stamina to keep on trying.
those are my grandparents.
What are their initials? I saw initials carved on a hitching post, and in that picture, they just got hitched, married.
Initials are MVS and AG.
Those are the initials I saw.
And this picture is my mom and her family when she was little. She's the blonde one.
So those pictures represent family and continuity of the family line.
That's one of Belle's relatives.
It's my mom.
So, more family analogies, family members of different generations. There's a theme here.
All the pictures have price tags on them. I wonder if that means anything.
That one's got a price tag of $500, just like Tanner's wanted poster.
It's Tanner, the kid. As a kid, he looks absolutely delighted. Not cynical, not notorious, not a villain.
Maybe it was Tanner's enthusiasm and wonder as a child. That's what is wanted here. Tanner needs to get it back because it's worth a lot.
That is definitely my mother.
She looks so sweet, so innocent.
I never thought of my mother that way before.
You've got something there. The pictures are showing us our families and ourselves in a new light. Maybe that's the key. I don't mean the key, I mean the key.
Good job, everyone. You made it with time to spare.
Just how did you figure out that last escape?
I really don't know.
Me neither.
We were talking about our families.
All the members of our families, including ourselves.
I started to think that I take my mother for granted. I just think of her as a mother icon. She provides food and shelter and clothes. She's someone I can yell at when I'm angry and run to when I'm sad and pretty much ignore when I'm happy. But I never thought of her as having feelings of her own. I never even thought of her as a teenager like me. That's what was going through my head when the walls started to crumble.
The walls started to crumble.
That's a new one on me.
I was thinking about brides and grooms and how happy everyone is at a wedding, and how sometimes when their lives get hard, they forget how much they love each other and only see the bad things. Not just husbands and wives, but the kids too. We should never forget the love is the thing that binds us all together.
As you know, I'm a cynical kind of guy. I love irony. I love sarcasm. I love playing the bad guy. When I saw that picture of myself, first I didn't even realize who it was. Was I ever that happy-go-lucky? Was I ever that open and free with my emotions? I must have been. Can I ever be that way again? I sure hope I can.
I look at little kids sometimes and wonder what they're going to be like when they grow up. They all seem so sweet and innocent, but they don't all grow up and stay sweet and innocent. What happens to them? I'm lucky, I guess. My mom was definitely sweet and innocent when she was little, and she's still the sweetest person I know, even though I don't often tell her that.
I have to admit that I started to think the whole Wild West escape room experience was a little silly. But the more we got into it, the more real it felt. And when I saw that picture of myself as a little girl, it reminded me of how real everything felt when I was playing my little games. And I decided that believing in yourself and those around you is the most important thing you can do.
Cool game, all things considered. Although you only needed one big sliding fall, and some of the clues were a bit obtuse.
Thank you for the critique. We'll pass it on to the game designers.
Cool. I do have two questions. Firstly, how did the ballroom people know what we were thinking about, since none of us ever said those thoughts out loud? And secondly, how'd you get all those pictures? Did you ask our parents? Did you hire a private investigator? Or search for us on the internet? Just curious.
Before we answer, we've got a question for you.
What pictures?
Pictures of ourselves and our families.
In the ballroom.
What ballroom?
The last escape room, the Art Deco ballroom.
You're putting us on.
The last escape room is the underground mine with the ghost of Blackjack Jack. If you trick him and he can't answer the riddle, you light the match, use the ruby key to unlock the door, and you're out.
That's not the way it happened.
Well, you're out. You made it. You won.
And that's the main thing, right?
Ho, 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 ho.